Overwatch has made a monkey out of Winston. In March of 2016, when having multiple of the same hero was allowed, the Winston population suddenly became no longer able to sustain being hunted by competitive players for his ape ivory, by using several of him to make a permanent shield around the entire objective. So to solve this, in their infinite wisdom, the Overwatch development team did what they do best: make poor decisions. As they proceeded to nerf Winston so hard that Curious George died from a stroke and Donkey Kong was taken out of Smash Ultimate. They changed his shield health from 1000 to 600 and made the cooldown start only after it was destroyed, which doesn't tend to be that much of a delay anyway, since Torbjorn could now break it in 6 shots. And ever since this moment in history, for 2 years now, there have only been 2 main tanks in Overwatch, which has become a tiny bit of a problem when most people want some variance in every match that they play, but then they eventually find out that the quantity of Reinhardt mains tends to make that difficult. Even when stacked against the entire cast of tanks, yeah, that's right, all 7 of them, he has the lowest win rate, and for good reason. His sustain is peanuts, haha, get it? When compared to the others, where Gamer Girl can get her mech back after a while and has an all-consuming bullet shield. Horse Gun can fortify and gets a 900 health shield every 8 seconds. Reinhardt... oh my god, Reinhardt. FurAffinity.com's shield can give him 700 health just straight up. And Zarya... well, Zarya's shield is actually even worse, but at least she still beats Winston in DPS. But that's not much considering every other tank already does that too. And most of the supports, actually. But at least he has good movement, right? Winston can get in and out of almost any situation with his jump, which makes him a fantastic staller and distraction against the enemy team. Nobody could possibly fill this important niche in Overwatch other than him. Or at least, that's what I would have said until July of 2018, when Blizzard released the only other character in the cast that is also an animal, but for some reason thought it would be a good idea to have him also fit the exact same role as Winston, but do it better. How did they manage to make Baguette a support that gives armor, Torbjorn a defender that secures areas, and Reinhardt a tank that charges at people? All very different characters with different playstyles, even though they come from similar backgrounds. But then they make the only 2 animal characters into tanks that do the exact same thing. And now, for just a moment, let me take you to a brand new world. A world of imagination. Imagine a Genji in a game that, and stay with me here, uses his ultimate and doesn't die immediately. But then, when he hits someone with it, it has the same effect as a Lucio boop, and for some reason he can't use deflect while using it. And there you have it, everyone. That's Winston's ultimate. Why can't you shield during it? Why does your DPS actually go down from using it? Why can Roadhog have the exact same ultimate but with a gun instead of having to punch people repeatedly? Nobody knows. Except for maybe Winston himself, since he's a huge nerd. Why is he a huge nerd, you might ask? It's because he was being genetically modified and became super smart while living on the moon, until all of his gorilla friends went totally Planet of the Apes on the scientists there, and forced Winston to make a rocket ship and escape to Earth. Little did he know, however, that Wrecking Ball hitched a ride on his rocket since he didn't want to get disemboweled by gorillas either. Or at least, that's what Blizzard retconned into happening when they thought of Hammond. Fun fact, this is how Bubsy, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Gex got to Earth also. Yeah, now here are my top 5 tips on how to play Winston as effectively as possible, like a pro. Number 1, if the enemy team has a Tracer or Genji, just walk up and kill them. It's that easy. Number 2, if your shield somehow lasts longer than 1 second, start using it to play peekaboo against your enemies like a toddler that drank their parents' Starbucks. Number 3, do you know how to play Reaper? Well then congratulations, because you now know how to play Winston. Jump behind the enemy team. Find someone that looks like a tasty morsel. Zap them, drop your shield, play peekaboo as they wish they had voice chat. Kill them hopefully, and then jump away into the sunset as everybody shoots you to death in midair. Now if you've survived up to this point, go and get healed. Of course, only if your healer isn't trolling because they wanted to play Hanzo. And then just repeat. Number 4, use your ult as a heal because that's all it's good for. And finally, number 5, don't try to 1v1 tanks. Anybody with a shotgun. Bastion, Hanzo, Doomfist, Pharah, Soldier 76, Junkrat, Moira, or Ana, because all of them can usually beat Winston in a fight, and Ana can sleep you. So have fun with that. In conclusion, What is Blizzard doing? A patch a month and they can't even find the time to just undo a nerf on Winston? It's almost as if they don't want him to be playable or something. Like maybe Winston personally wronged them at some point. Perhaps by abandoning them in their time of need. Right after their takeover. On the moon.